Hey, everybody, it's Mike from The Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundCraft Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Me and Moses and Missing, available on Amazon, paperback and ebook. Coming soon, Missing 2, Double Suspense, Double of Fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by Sweet Psalms by Serena Wagner, Base Life of Deb, including 30 exquisite pains and King David Psalms. Amazon.com, keyword Sweet Psalms Serena Wagner. Also, check out The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com and link to it, The Mike Wagner Show, 50 podcast platforms, 110 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, also Apple Music, BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, and TikTok today. We're here with an amazing lady who is a multi-talented speaker, lifestyle expert, literacy advocate, author, and founder of a company whose purpose is to counter joy, inspire happiness, and connect by offering a range of carefully crafted products. I'll talk more about that. And she's got a new book out, which create with love and also flow, and also deep sense of purpose, born from a place of inspiration. The book is called Where Does Joy Live? Live, ladies and gentlemen, plus studios in beautiful downtown, somewhere in South Florida. Amazing multi-talented speaker, lifestyle expert, literacy advocate, and author, founder of a wonderful company called Share Joy. The book is called Where Does Joy Live? Here's the multi-talented Kate Hall. Kate, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Well, my goodness, thank you so much. That was a really beautiful introduction. I hope that you're having a beautiful day also. And I just wanted to, before we get started, express my deep gratitude for the opportunity to be on your podcast today. So thank you so much.
And thank you as well, too. And we'll talk about your ventures as well, too, before getting to that. You spread joy already. I could tell right now. I don't have to get into it, to be honest with you.
Thank you so much. Thank
It's
you.
it's a pleasure as well. So you're a multi-talented speaker, lifestyle expert, literacy advocate, author, and founder of a company called Share Joy, whose purpose is to create joy and inspire happiness, and also create connection by offering a range of carefully crafted products, event experiences, and also designed to elevate everyday life. You have a book out which is called Where Does Joy Live? Create with love, flow, deep sense of purpose, born for a place of inspiration. Also invite readers and any age to explore. And before we talk about where does joy live, tell us how you first got started, Kate.
Wow, how I first got started. You know what? Share Joy was I think maybe a gift from my higher power. It was probably 3 or 4 years ago. I'm based in between New York and Florida, and at the time, New York was shut down for COVID. I don't know if
Mm.
Florida shut down as much as New York did, but in some ways, I think it was a tumultuous time when shutdown happened, and there was sort of like this unknown entity that was transpiring. But for me, it gave me a second to sit still. And at the same time, I was not completely done raising my boys, but they were both graduated high school, recently during that time frame. And I think the reason I'm sharing all of this is because it sort of coincided with Share Joy. And so during that time of my life, when I was sort of sitting down and like reflecting on the past 20 years, right? And where's I going to go next? And I had a little bit more time on my hands. Organically, what happened was I asked myself, what do you even love to do? What do you enjoy doing? Like before you were a mom and raising your boys, what did you love to do? And so it was kind of this fun, you know, moment, I guess, in time where I learned again how much I love to dance and how much I love music and how much I love flowers and how much I just really enjoyed some of the creative aspects of life. And so through that, um, I launched a really small business that sort of just happened very bubbly and organically around fresh flower creations. I
Okay.
was using, I think, fresh flower design in my personal life. I felt like when I was in my studio and putting arrangements together, it was like clearing my mind. It was like freeing my mind and like just really, brushing aside all the negativity and the noise that was occurring, in the outside world. And then I just sort of started to have like, friends and family come to me in design for them for their special occasions. And so really ShareJoy started with one flower arrangement that I called
Huh.
um, a jar of joy.
I like that. Jar of Joy. That'd be a good brand for you, Jar of Joy.
Yep. And I did it in a little mason jar. So it was a pretty great price point. And in the area that I was in, I was undercutting all of the other like national, like 1-800 flour. I was really like um big on giving my clients and the people that would purchase fresh flour the freshest of the fresh, right? I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want flowers that, you grabbed at the grocery store that may have been sitting on the shelf. So through that one jar, it sort of sprung ShareJoy. And then from that, it became experiences that we offered through ShareJoy. And that was flower bars that we would bring to corporate events and weddings, schools, and allow people to build their own bouquets with fresh flowers. And that did very well. And so I guess I say all that to say we'll get into all of the other things that I have created. But it taught me, I think, when you have an idea, when something comes to your heart, if it keeps kind of following you, it's probably that nudge that you should pursue it. And
Mm-hmm.
so ShareJoy is now a platform that I create a lot of different things. I've created a beauty line with a body spray
Oh
and
wow.
a
Okay.
body souffle that's on the website. I got into this children's book, Where Does Joy Live, which is really just a creation of the heart. I realized that I'm a visionary, that I was putting a lot of things in my journals and I was doodling a lot and I was drawing a lot. And if I reflect on some of my books, my scrapbooks and my doodle books, there's literally like a fresh flower market storefront that I drew many years ago. And on the
Mm-hmm.
storefront, it was said spread joy. So like
Okay.
these little things that sort of planted as seeds before I even knew it, are now, when I look back on it, they have turned and exploded into this like amazing world of creation that I believe I would love to share with the rest of the world.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just a little slice of the where I started.
I was going to ask you about the flowers as well too, and you say you grow your own flowers, right?
I don't grow my own flowers. I would love to do that at some point, but I source locally from this really great distro that I have up in New York. So
Okay.
that was a great, that was a great collaborative arrangement. But yeah, no, I would love to do that someday. I don't have the time for it right now.
Well, of course, with a lot of joy, you can make some time in South Florida. And what are some of your favorite flowers personally?
My favorite flowers, I love a daisy. I love a gerb daisy, which is not just a white daisy, but it's beautiful, different like pinks and reds and oranges. Plus like, if I'll be honest, like a rose is absolutely beautiful, but a rose doesn't last as long in an arrangement. So I've learned the flowers that present just as much beauty that maybe can last longer, on your table. Behind me is just a really quick one that I did from the grocery store. I always have fresh flowers in my house. It means a lot to me. So yeah, yeah.
Mhm. And what exactly inspired you to get into fresh flowers? What was that one exact moment?
I mean, I can't really recall it besides it was something that I was doing for myself and for friends and close family. Um, that that I just decided, you know what, let's see where we could take this. A lot of share joy and a lot of my mission is greater than me, to be honest with you. I firmly believe, and we don't have to get into who's higher power and what people believe, but
Right. Uh-huh.
my belief is that I'm a vessel to my higher power. And once you walk inside of your purpose and your journey and your dream, it becomes very clear. And then it almost becomes not necessarily effortless because we have to put a lot of work into everything that we do, right? I'm not living in lollipop land to say like, oh, I decided that I was going to create a business and it was going to be, flowers and
It depends
it's
on the
easy.
lollipop and depends on the lollipop and the flavor too. So maybe it's good lollipop, bad lollipop, good candy, tainted candy. Who knows?
Exactly, exactly. So, I can't really remember this specific moment, but it does feel like it was pretty magical. It does. If I look back on it, like I don't even know really necessarily like where the name came, like where it all sort of stemmed from. I mean, I know deeply where it came from, but it was pretty cool how it organically happened. That's for sure.
Mhm. And certainly just as well too. And of course, you're doing a great job of sharing joy so far. And more on that with Kate Hall, plus her two previous books. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundCloud Studios. Visit online at SoundCloudStudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. SoundCloud Studios is the answer. SoundCloud Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs at below the competition rate. Call today 1-800-303-3960. It's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you love Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon, paperback, and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. It takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers, 1 target, where truth is illusion and they'll love be the first go missing. It's available on Amazon, paperback, and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson Zia's got great reviews. In Eve Lemon endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forrest Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Girls Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon. Coming soon, Missing 2, Double Expense, Double the Fun. Check it out on Amazon. Also brought to you by Sweet Psalmist by Serena Wagner, based life of David, including 30 quiz of pains and King David Psalms. The Sweet Psalmist gives new perspective of David through Psalms he wrote his time where shepherd started and complicate your tribulation with King Saul. It's a story of love, betrayal, repentance, hope, and more. Check out the Sweet Psalms by Serena Wagner on Amazon. Keyword Sweet Psalmist Serena Wagner. Also, check out the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com and link to it, the Mike Wagner Show. 50 podcast platforms, 110 countries, including Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, also Apple Music, BitChute, Rumble, and YouTube. Follow us on Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, TikTok. Take us with you on any mobile device. And for great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast, t-shirts, pop sockets, throw pillows, tote bags, hoodies. Makes great gifts 24/7. Go to Amazon.com. Check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, go to Amazon.com/Mia Molson Zia for great books, merchandise, and more. And support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM, PayPal, the MikeWagnerShow.com, and subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on YouTube, Spotify, Spreaker, or your favorite podcast platform today. We're here with amazing multi-talent speaker, lifestyle expert, literacy and literacy advocate, author, and founder of Share Joy, Kate Hall, here on the Mike Wagner Show. Before we get back to where does joy live, and we know where it lives, but we'll get to that 1 minute. You also had where does peace live and where does love live, and tell us about those books.
Yeah, so from the kind of journey of starting Share Joy and the experience and the products, um, Where Does Joy Live sprung, which was the first book in the series. And with that, it came with, I also created a coloring book because what we find is when we color, right, and when we read and when we enter a world of imagination through books, right, it also sort of clears your mind and reduces the noise and, stress and anxiety that can sometimes come with life. So it was just a really beautiful creative project that I'm really proud of because um, it sort of was the moment where I took a lot of my sketches from my visions and it literally came to life thanks to, the power of digital AI use and Amazon, of course, that allows to self-publish is really cool. So I wanted to kind of offer, and also I want to say too, that where does joy live, where does peace live, and where does love live? It also sort of like flows with my own personal story in life in the sense of like when you find your joy and you sit it and you understand it, a lot of times you can monetize your joy, which is something that I don't think maybe gets discussed enough, at a youth level, right?
Mm.
When you're growing up, and I don't know what your experience was, but it was kind of like you know, I guess, and I don't, how do I want to say this? I think it's really important to teach children and young adults, first and foremost, some of the things that they really love and call out the things that they really love. Like, do you love to be inside or outside? Do you love working with children or adults? Do you love working with your hands? What are the things
Mm.
that just make your belly feel like all warm and fuzzy on the inside? Make sure you make that a priority in your life. I understand that we have to work and that we have responsibilities and that money needs to flow in order for us to live in this existence that we've all co-created together. But a slice of your day really should be about your joy. And I think that's a big piece of the story. And then from that, going from New York to Florida, I am at the ocean a lot. The ocean brings me peace. The ocean has opened up my creative lens even more. So I created Where Does Peace Live, followed by Where Does Love Live? Because I believe when you sit down and you ask yourself, where does my joy live? That brings peace of mind. And then peace of mind opens up our heart intelligence. And that's sort of where I lead and lend. So it's just kind of this soft, I think, subtle message that I am proud to be the bearer of at this point in my life.
hmm it can also trigger a number of memories. It can be like your first dog, your first cat, first ice cream cone, and your favorite flavor. And
Yes.
you talked about colors as well too. And what are some of your favorite colors and some of the colors that are associated with joy?
Okay, so my top favorite color, and if anybody follows me for Share Joy, they'll see it as pink. Pink and white and gold and black are like literally just the vibes that I frequent on the most. But I mean, I grew up coloring. My mom always had coloring books in the house. Like we colored
Oh
a
yeah,
lot.
there was plenty of it. It was affordable, it was cheap,
Yeah.
and you have to buy an
Yeah.
iPad for it. You just and people
Exactly.
people don't break in to steal your work online. So
Yeah, and so yeah, so I would say, all colors. And then what was the other question after colors?
I think it was like what colors are associated with what. So favorite
Okay.
colors, all that. So
Yeah.
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 So
Yeah.
I think it was just like certain colors. You talked about pink, white, gold. What else some of the comments? Like what do you associate with red?
I mean, I like red. I mean, I don't I think like anything bright symbolizes, creativity. There's everybody has an aura too, right? So if we want to take it to that level, like everybody sort of has that. I guess it's like if you think about it from a light switch, right? Like how dim to how bright you can take things, which is kind of fascinating when it comes to the world of creativity.
Okay, and how about green?
Green's great. Green's great. Yep. Fresh,
Okay, and
vibrant.
then how about blue as well? I'm more of
Absolutely.
a metallic blue person.
Absolutely. I love a sky blue. I love a
Okay.
sky blue. Yeah, but yeah, I mean every color of the rainbow. Why not?
Yeah, why not as well too? And of course, the importance with children and everything. Reading it's not just for children. It can be like was it like 0 to 100? They can read
Yes.
about where joy can be found. Yes.
Yes, yes, exactly. Because it's a like well, number one, first of all, um it's a subtle message that I think anybody can sort of pick up and use. Like where is your joy? Do you find joy hanging out with your best friend? Do you find joy at the beach? Do you find joy because you are a chef and you love delighting people with your tasty menu? Do you
Mm,
love joy because in the inside of like by mountains, right? Like Kate's joy is 1,000% at the beach, and everybody that knows me knows that. But other people might find their joy, camping or in the desert
mm.
or anywhere, right? And a lot of it is about environment. So the book is a tool I think that people can pick up, educators, parents, maybe people that spend a lot of time with children. And it's a quick read. It's colorful pages. There's a cute little character in there that like resembles me as a child. I also have my baby pet. I call him my baby guy. He's a Yorkie named Kobe. And so he's kind of like my buddy. that really basically comes everywhere with me. So he's inside of
Mhm.
the book. So yeah, I just think it's a really great tool for everybody. Books are fun. Books are we, you know, I'm not going to prescribe, how people decide to read, but one of my favorite things is having that physical book in my hand.
Oh, there you go. And you want to grab one of the books as well, too, or you like to see it?
Yeah, sure. So I'll actually grab Peace. Peace was fun because so Joy was kind of like fundamental, right? Like it was just really soft, beautiful messaging. But what I love about Peace is that Kobe and I take it to the ocean, which is
Oh,
similar to is
oh,
which is
can we see it?
yeah, is similar to see how we're in the back of a
Wait,
car.
hold on to it. Hold on to it. Oh my gosh, that is beautiful. Love it. And
Yeah.
I love the car.
Oh, and then we went scuba diving one day.
Uh-huh.
We became mermaids one day. So I just really, this one's actually my favorite. I don't know why, but it just came together really beautifully. And the words are just, kind of whimsical. Maybe peace lives at the edge of the sea where waves roll in like whispers, and the horizon tells a quiet story. Peace may be found in the music of your calm thoughts. So it kind of just like really walks the reader through a beautiful story. This is kind of reflective of my one of my really good friends. Um, we went surfing, we did kites. So it was like a really magical, peaceful book. So peace can be found in all things. Peace is inside of our heart. Peace really is, I think, one of the, fundamental, most important things that I personally am grateful for. And I do sit in gratitude a lot for the peace of mind that ShareJoy really has brought me in my life. So it's been great to be able to share it with others.
Mhm. You also, we understand you also have a podcast to share as well too. I'll talk about that with Kate Hull and Where Does Joy Live. You listen to the Mike Wagner Show at the MikeWagnerShow.com, powered by SoundCloud Studios, brought to you by official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson's The Missing, the Sweet Songs by Serena Wagner, based life of Dave, including 30 Quiz of Pains and King David Psalms, Amazon.com, keyword Sweet Thomas Serena Wagner. We'll be back to the amazing author Kate Hull of Where Does Joy Live after this time. Rebecca, author Kate Hull of Where's Joy Live here on the Mike Wagner Show. And you're not just a speaker, lifestyle expert, literacy advocate, and author. You're also a podcast host. So tell us more about your latest show.
Yeah, so I think that once I unlocked the magic of Share Joy and realized that anything is possible, I sort of launched into other moments where I could be like, okay, what do we want to do next? And so one of my dear friends, Robert Grant, his stage name is Omega Red. We decided one day we were just like I think we were just like casually like listening to music and kicking it on the front porch. And I said to him, I really want to do a podcast. Like I really want to, I'm so grateful for the people that we've run into where, you can tell by what they've said to you that they're living their purpose and they
Mm-hmm.
and they deserve a platform. So it kind of just like sprung from that. A lot of my visions and ideas, they just sort of start to come to life. And so Omega said, well, what about Kate and Omega? And I said, I love it. And then we said, how about shared stories? So we spent a lot of time last year. I think it was last year where it could have even been, yeah, it was last year. And we brought on a bunch of different individuals in the Buffalo region that were doing a lot of stuff for the community. And it was really beautiful because it gave a platform for people to get to know individuals inside of the community that are doing all sorts of amazing things. We had
Mm-hmm.
a cop on there and he's a pastor and he works with children and I'll never forget we asked him a question about like what would you tell the younger version of yourself or younger children or youth, and he said, one of the biggest things that people need to do is understand who they are. So he said, I would say go home, lay on your bed and ask yourself, who am I? And I thought it was like really important because it's like before you can really be successful in anything, I think you have to have a general understanding of who you are authentically. So that's what the podcast is. It's kind of sitting on the shelf right now. It's a project that we did. I'm really grateful for it and proud of it. And I was telling you earlier, I was like, I'm more used to being the one that asks the question than actually answers them. So this has been a really nice opportunity for me.
Well,
Yeah.
certainly doing a great job. You're sharing joy already in your debut. So you've been totally amazing. I'll
Thank
say
you.
that. So
Thank you.
in the meantime, where can we find where does joy live, peace live, love live, and all your works at, Kate?
So all the books are available on Amazon.com, which is fantastic because you can get it in your hands pretty much overnight. And I love that. But I do also have a website, which is www.sharemorejoy.com. And you can access the book there. You could access some of Kate's journey there. You can access some of the other offerings that Share Joy offers. So that's kind of like my platform to put all of my things that I'm working on in a playground for other people to access. Yeah.
That sounds great. What's your website again?
www.sharemorejoy.com.
We want everybody to check out right now and be joyful. Here at the month of town, Kate Hull of Where Does Joy Live here on the Mike Wagner Show. Kate, just a few more things. What else can we expect in 2026 and beyond?
So 2026 and beyond, I really have been dedicating to getting the book out and working with youth. I'm a child literacy advocate. Believe it or not, when I was younger, I struggled to learn how to read. It was back in
Mm,
the day that the only way that they were teaching the children in the school that I was in was like hooked on phonics. And for some reason, my brain absolutely did not compute. And so I struggled for a really long time. And my mother, God bless her, she never gave up on me. She did, we did summer programs, we did tutoring, and finally realized that I can memorize words, and that's sort of how I learned to read and write. But it took me a long time. And so, um, one of my missions is to be able to read to children, to build bouquets with children, to get the book in everybody's hands just to influence the joy. I do have a couple projects in the work for South Florida um, at
uh-huh.
at the second half of 2026 for Share Joy and some of the experiences that we offer. So I'm excited about that. I'm going back up to New York for a while, and we've got a bunch of really amazing things happening around Mother's Day this year that I'm really excited about.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I have actually a couple more appearances on some podcasts, and there's been some like basically national news that's been following the book, so that's been really incredible. So I have that. Obviously, spending time with my family is important. Doing work for the community. I wanted to mention the biggest part of Share Joy mission is it allowed me to give back to the Buffalo community in a way that I was not able to do before. And we really were able to be aligned with, because of the Shared Joy projects, a lot of really amazing community-based organizations that I'm really grateful for. I stay in a flow state, Mike. I don't really put too much pressure on myself, but opportunities seem to keep continuing to come my way, and I'm just sitting in it, being very grateful and appreciative for the moment. Um, but I would love for this book to really take some traction. I would really love this book to be in the hands of so many people. Not only do I believe that the United States could really use some joy right now, but I think the world as we know it. And so I'm an advocate for peace. I'm an advocate for love. I'm an advocate for humanity. And that's where you'll always see me.
And that's fantastic. You're doing a great job of it and looking forward to more of you in 2026, Kate. And who do you consider biggest influence in the career?
Oh gosh, influence in my career. I've had so many amazing mentors. You know, in my career, because a lot of this stuff, it's rooted and based in love, is probably like my biggest influence is my grandma and my mom. They just lead with such My grandmother's since passed away, but her legacy and her spirit live on. So I would say my biggest influence is my mom and my grandma.
That's certainly amazing, and God bless them for that. What's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Follow your joy. Okay, first of all, find your joy. First of all, chase your joy. First of all, implement your joys. And then just take it as far as you can take it with zero intent on what you believe the outcome should be. Because a lot of times we limit ourselves. Like if I were
Mhm.
to sit to you and say, Mike, I want to sell 1,000 copies of Where Does Joy Live? But what if my higher power wants me to sell 1,000,000 copies? So it's just like do it, open yourself up, do the work, take the jump. If there's an idea that you have, do it because we get one life. This is our physical experience in order to play in God's sandbox. And so don't take a day for granted. Use your 24-hour gift the best of your ability. Don't get too caught up in mistakes and missteps. And if something happens that doesn't work out, dust yourself off and try again.
And I think that's a great point as well, too. And we're the multi-talented Kate Hall of Where's Joy Live here on the Mike Wagner Show. Kate, a very big thank you time. You've been absolutely amazing, full of
Thank
joy.
you.
Looking forward to having you soon. Keeps up to date. Keep in touch. Laugh, have you back. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or check out your books?
Yep. So website www.sharemorejoy.com. If you would like to email me, it's kate@sharemorejoy.com. And you can purchase the books on Amazon. They're all on
Okay.
Amazon.
All right. Sounds great. So it's Kate at sharemyjoy.com. So people get a hold of you, right?
Share More Joy.
Share more joy. Okay. All right. Just had to make sure there's more
That's
joy to
okay. That's
it. Okay.
okay.
Great. Here with the sounds great. We're here at the multi-talented Kate Hall of Where's Joy Live here on the Mike Wagner Show. Kate, a very big thank you time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you soon. Keep us up to date. Keep in touch. Laugh, have you back. We wish all best. And Kate, you definitely have a great future ahead of you.
Thank you so much, Mike. It was a pleasure. Thank you so much. This has been great.